This is the most important part. Now, so you got to really pay attention. I want to introduce Jan Fisher, from WJCS, one of our co-sponsoring organizations, to talk about how you, all of you in the audience, can be part of advocating for all the many things that you talked about today. And then I'm going to come back and really fire you up.
Hi, I'm really happy that I can't see most of you with my glasses off. I'm a little bit humbled and very intimidated to be here. I'm Jan Fisher, and I'm the Director of Public Affairs for Westchester Jewish Community Services. I'd like to thank the Westchester Children's Association and the Child Care Council of Westchester for educating all of us about the issues that impact children and youth, the opportunities to promote holistic well-being of all children, and the value of investing in our youngest citizens. Also, a special thank you to our legislators, other distinguished government officials, and our community partners. And most importantly, to our very impressive youth who have engaged all of us here today. I've been asked to speak briefly about why WJCS has made the effort to engage our board of directors in advocacy as we speak up for youth. The answer is simple, mainly because there is real power in citizens with no apparent horse in the race take the time to be part of a concerned community, helping their legislators, friends, and neighbors to understand that the issues that face our most promising citizens really matter to all of us, and that is our responsibility as concerned adults to speak up for children. And there are ways that all of us can speak up for children in ways that are comfortable for us. A very smart assemblyman gave me some excellent advice a number of years ago when he told me, you and your board need to come to us with issues. And you need to speak to us about issues, not about your agency. And that has been our approach. With staff members enthused to educate our board and board members enthused to learn and use their specific skill sets, our advocacy for the issues that affect children has been enhanced greatly. As we know, advocacy does not consist of one activity. In fact, many simultaneous activities are necessary for successful advocacy. Our board members have found what is right for them through educating themselves on data and facts to speak persuasively to others, to testimony at county budget hearings, at a site visit with a legislator at an after-school program, or as a contributor to letter-writing campaigns. The positive impact of board members has been enormous in our efforts to speak up for the next generation. Our board members have been an intrinsic part of advocacy efforts to increase the understanding of the importance of early childhood services and have helped to secure both bipartisan county support and county funding for Early Step Forward. They have advocated for early literacy home visiting services and services for pregnant and parenting teens. They have advocated for support for culturally competent trauma services for children. They have advocated for after-school programs for the New York State Advantage after-school program. And they have shown support for childcare, understanding that even though it is a service that we don't provide, it is a service that is critical for the communities and the people in which we work, and so much more. So advocacy is a multi-dimensional effort, and engaging board members is most effective part of that overall effort to speak up for the next generation. From cradle to college to career, all youth matter, and our board understands that. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Jan. And all of us can be doing things like that, and so much more. We have touched on so many issues, and of course there are many more that we could have talked about. One of the things that we didn't mention was last fall, Westchester Children's Association sponsored an event called Speak Out for Youth. We had 150 young people who came together and talked about their priorities and a lot of the things that our young folks here mentioned in terms of bullying, in terms of readiness for work. These are the things that are on their mind. As community members, as parents, grandparents, and service providers, we know that all these things are interrelated. And we, as we talked about civic engagement of young people, it can't stop when they graduate from high school, folks. We have to keep going. We have to engage all of ourselves and our families and friends and board members and clients and staff members to be actively engaged in our communities. And that means actively engaged to help our legislators who work for us to understand what the issues are and help them work with us to find solutions. So I want to charge you with a few things. I want to charge you to make sure that in your organization, in your church and synagogue, every place you are making it possible for people to register to vote. And I want to know how many people in this audience are going to make a commitment to have voter registration forms, which are easily available either online or from the Office of the Board of Elections, free in English and Spanish. How many of you are going to make a commitment to have those forms available in your community and your organization? Thank you. Okay, here's the next thing. I want to know, on whatever issue is important to you, how many of you are going to take time to talk to your volunteers, your board, not your staff people who already know about it, your board of directors, your volunteers, the people that support you, your donors. How many of you are going to find a way to educate them? You can forward them information you get from us, you can take it off the web, you can do many, many things. Find one way that you can educate those people. How many of you are going to do that? Come on, everybody should be raising their hand. All right, that is a great one. Because education is key. We've heard that. People need to understand what the issues are. All right, let's bump it up one more notch. You have here 9 legislators, and there were many more, a few more anyway, who were planning to be here today, but they're available. They have offices in your community. You can send them an email. I want to know how many people here are going to take the time to communicate one thing that they care about to a legislator, either at the county, the state, or the federal level, on an issue pertaining to young people in our community. How many people are going to make that commitment? Thank you very much. A lot of emails and a lot of phone calls. Or a visit. When people are on, right now, the state is going to be gearing up. You're trying to pass the budget by, what, the 24th?
21st.
Oh my gosh. So it's a tight time frame. But after that, they have plenty of time. Yeah, we want to encourage you really to reach out and meet with, because I know, as someone that has spent time with all of these wonderful people, that they are in this for the good of the community. They really care. They want to hear from us. They will take the time to meet with you and bring a couple of people from your community, bring a young person, bring a parent, and go and talk to them about what's on your mind and what is happening in your community. If we could capture the energy and enthusiasm and commitment and concern of all the people in Westchester County who really do care about kids, they will become the priority. And I will use the word kids, but we have to make it a priority. We have to understand what the issues are. We have to understand the positions of our legislators on the issues we care about, and we have to vote accordingly. And if we don't do that, we have no one to blame. We must do that. We are part of the democratic process. That is how we begin the process. And we must continue it by having the conversation and communicating regularly with our elected officials. We can't blame them if we're not doing our part. So I thank you all for being here. I thank our legislators so much for spending time with legislators and young people who ask questions to stay a couple of minutes and have a picture with Lydia Howie, our great photographer here.
There you go.
And don't forget your commitments from today. Thank you all.